Welcome back
Hi.
to the Iesf Asia Oceania Qualifiers 2025 for Mlbb. It's me, Realize, and my partner Kimberly or Kim. We have went past first match, Philippines against Myanmar. That was a thrilling match. To be honest, game one was kind of easy breezy for them, but game two was where it became a showdown. It became very close with that cheese strat coming in from Myanmar, but Philippines, being Philippines, were still able to weather their storm. Now we are going to move to the second match of the day. That's Philippines against Thailand.
Yep, we talked about this matchup earlier. I said it's going to be a back-to-back for the Philippines, back-to-back matches. That is, they just finished their first match of the day here in the ISF Asia qualifiers. You got the Philippines versus Myanmar, wherein they got a clean sweep. So again, looking to eyes on the prize, of course, looking at another clean sweep here up against Thailand. But for Thailand, I know they've had several qualifiers. I think to a certain extent they've had their own league within their region also. So when it comes to experiences, when it comes to tournaments, they've also had that. I'm actually really curious who's going to be playing for the team of Thailand, because we'll get to find out who the roster will be in just a little bit. But yeah, Philippines versus Thailand. Thailand, if I'm not mistaken, if you go all the way back, they've taken in the very first MSC of Mlbb. So that was
Yeah,
IDNS. So I'm not so sure if it's still the same team of IDNS that will be playing, because I'm actually quite familiar with IDNS. I've casted several of their games previously. So I'm not so sure if it's still the same team, or maybe if it is still the same team, maybe the roster might be different this time. And speaking of the roster, though, we're gonna have to take a look at who's gonna be playing here. Of course, this kid started off with the Philippines. There's not gonna be any much of a difference from what we've seen in game number one. And I know the chat always talks about this. Who's playing? Is Sanford gonna be playing? Is Keller going to be playing? Yes, they are part of the IESF C-Ball team here of the Philippines. But for the roster today, for this particular match, it's going to be few or Angelo Arcangel. You got Michael Saison, Kyle Teasy here. Then you got Roguen Unigo, which is sorry,
Ogwen.
Ogwen. There you go. And then
Yeah.
it gets really confusing, right? When you put out the real names, you got Marco Recutano, very obvious Super Marco, and then you got David Canon or Charles David Canon. This is Flap Teasy. That will be playing for the roster here for this particular match. So again, it could be shaken up in the next few days or whatever. So we'll get to find out later on. But for the team roster here of Thailand, realize who do we have here? We got Frong, Yo, is that
Yo.
not Note? And then you got Cha
Notes.
and Son. Yeah.
Yeah. Simple names, easy names. Yo. That's gonna be my favorite name ever to cast. To be honest, Yo. Yo, he wants to move, yo. But yeah, Frong, Yo, Note, Sha, and Sun. To be honest, players that we aren't really familiar with, right? We haven't been able to hear or see these names and the competitive scene. I mean, you talked about IDNS or I Do Not Sleep. They were indeed one of the first founding members of Thailand MLBB, right? They played in MSC 2019. We talked about MSC 2019 being one of the first major tournaments, but after that, it
Yeah.
seems like Thailand just became erased out of the map. We haven't been able to see them make their appearance again. I think MSC 2022 they were still there, right? IDNS they were still competing, but aside from IDNS, we didn't really see a different Thailand team, right? Make
Yeah.
their debut or make their way into the international stage. So that's gonna be a point of fixing, and we do hope coming in from the ISF qualifiers that this might be the turning point for Thailand MLBB because we've been talking about it for quite some time now. For MLBB, mostly in Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, it's been unified as Mekong, right? We talked about it. We
Yeah.
had even the qualifiers for MWI, the Mekong qualifiers. We saw some Thailand players, the Myanmar players, as well as Lao players, right? But as of now, for the male seed, it seems like Thailand is slowly diminishing. So we hope that through the qualifiers of ISF, it kind of reignites the passion again, and we'll see if they can go further. But again, this is gonna be a tough task for them because they're up against the Philippines, arguably the favorites to win it all right here in MLBB,
Of
in
course.
in the ISF. They are indeed very notorious after winning their own trophy. I think it was back in 2023, if I'm not mistaken, or 2024. But yeah, now it's just about the Thailand players just giving their all. Just play it play just play your hearts out. You don't need to stress over any burden because you're facing against the titans of MLBB,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
Myanmar were able to push them off their limit. We thought it was gonna be a quick game, but hey, Philippines, they're still humans. They still have their loopholes, and if Thailand is able to identify those loopholes, I feel like Philippines will have one blast of a game.
Yeah, they did the heavy sustained meta for Myanmar in the second game earlier for game number one, and it really, yeah, like what you said, pushed the Philippines. Well, I would say it was a difficult early game for the Philippines, and I think
Hmm.
for Thailand, I think in times like this, like when you talk about qualifiers, when you talk about the group stage, it's a matter of like putting out your comfort, right? Like I know some teams when it comes to like the current meta, they would like to again use as much meta heroes as they want, right? But I feel like at this
Yeah.
point, right, it goes to show that you need to kind of put out what you're comfortable with. Let's say you put out a meta hero, but it's not really your comfort. It's not going to yield the results that you want. So I feel like at this point for Thailand, just play with heroes that they know they're comfortable with. I know that there's some particular pocket picks that they actually prefer. So we might actually see it here in this best out of three. And like what I said, the first game has always been the tempo. You kind of get to read your opponents, what they like putting out, right? So we'll find that out here in this first game. But for the Philippines, you guys already got glimpses of that. Several of that even. It's MPL is going on, so there's so many VODs that you can review. And even in the previous IASF, this is the exact same team that actually got the championships last time.
Hmm. So we do hope that Thailand can field their best players. I do believe this is the best players chosen. But if you talk more about the game, aspect of this matchup, I feel like we can't really have much discussion when it comes to Thailand because again, no VODs of this particular team set of players, right? They haven't been able to really just make their names seen uh, 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 outside of like the circuit, like again, the lack of tournaments in Thailand seems like the players not getting spotlight as well, right? But for Philippines,
Yeah.
I think yeah, we talked about them just getting back on their comfort picks again. The Lancelot was up there. Being used by Saison, who by the way had a very spectacular game. Both games, to be honest, it was very very great. We saw the Arlet as well, the ever feared Arlet of Filipino teams. It was in the hands of Baptiste, but in the hands of Sanford, yeah, it's basically a signature hero at this point. What else do we have? Like the Granger, right? The Granger. I think the
Yeah.
1-1 could also be up for contention. We're gonna see because the Philippines they have been in red side for the past two games.
Yeah.
We'll see if in the blue side. I think in the blue side, if they're gonna play blue side, they're gonna leave the 1-1 open. I feel like and they take it for themselves because the 1-1 this meta is super super strong. Enables you to fight really quickly. Again, with the crossbow of Tang, it just enables you to go in and out of team fights very easily. You have that extra purifier from the uh, thorns and needles, and I feel like in this meta where you really want to have quick fights and bursty fights, 1-1 is the way to go. But we'll
Yeah.
see if that is going to be the case as we enter the draft now.
There you go.
And Philippines will
Wow,
still be
that's
in red
fast.
side. But hey,
What is
YSS.
with the? Okay, so it's the YSS meta. I completely understand. Okay, you've seen how the YSS was able to kind of fare in Myanmar's game with the Philippines, especially when it gets farmed up really well, which kind of did happen in the early stages of the game with Myanmar earlier. But now, for Thailand, they started off with the YSS, which means that the Arlet's already out. The classic Kalea here for Unigo is also taken away. So again, if the Philippines, it's a Saison comfort. The Fanny is open, by the way, which Myanmar has respect banned several times, 2 games to be exact. Might actually pop up, but still gonna go for the Lancelot here. I mean, it's so good when you talk about taking objectives. The Lancelot can just dash right in, steal the objective, go all the way out. So it's a very easy in and out of the team fight. They also pick up the Lapu Lapu here for Kadon. Thailand, will they go for the sustain meta? They actually pick up the mid laner here. They go for the Nuvaria for the peel onto the backside, and of course the setup with the Ruby here to go head to head with the Lapu Lapu. I think it's pretty okay when it comes to the laning phase, but I do see some teams using it as a roam. But I know with the recent adjustment of the Ruby becoming like a fighter instead of like a tank fighter, it's mostly centered towards the XP lane.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, we saw most of the times Ruby being picked up as a roamer, but now it's mostly on the XP. You get that healing coming in from the Don't Run Wolf King. A lot of sustain as well coming from Ruby, and the Novaria is a scouting tool. So basically, they have two detections now coming in from the YSS plus the Novaria with the ultimate, right? That's gonna be very very scary. But a quick Moskov. The Moskov looks very old. Looks malnourished, but don't worry. That's I think pre-work rework
Rework,
Moskov.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of missed that Moskov, very busted. But now, take a look at the second phase of the bans. I mean, Philippines, they're able to run out their draft pretty strong. Enough damage coming in right from Lancelot, very mobile. You have Moskov as well, super mobile hero as well. Then Lapu-Lapu, a very strong frontliner that can really fight off and fend off against the burst potential coming in from Thailand. Thailand, they're gonna ban out the Valentina out of worry that the Astral Echo could just be stolen by Philippines.
I feel like there's a certain set of heroes that each teams are comfortable with, right? Like it seems like for Myanmar and Thailand, it's been the YSS. I'm not so sure if it's that's gonna be the same case for the Philippines. I've seen it pop up here and there. I'm actually also curious why the new hero, the Zetian, actually hasn't been
Oh yeah,
put out
Shetian.
here. It's actually open. I think in terms of vision, it's hard to give away. Let's say you put the Zetian and the YSS all in the same team, you get so much vision for your entire team, and not to mention if you add a Selena to the roam, there's so much vision. For both sides, I think for the Philippines in particular, they like to go for very classic assassin lineups. Like you have a classic assassin with you, you got a mage that has so much AOE, and then you got somebody who can throw. They go for wow, a little bit of throwback there
Kagura.
from Few. Kagura to maybe go head to head. There's lots of possible combos coming Kagura with the Yin Yang Overturn and Instant Purify also if you get taken in. So it has a lot of in and outs, just like the Lancelot pretty much here of the Philippines. So for Thailand, are they gonna? They still need to add up their gold laner and of course their roamer. I really believe this Ruby will go to the XP lane.
We actually saw the Kagura make its debut as well in MPL ID yesterday. It was picked up by Navi in a loss. It was picked up by Dewa United against Onyx in a loss, and yeah, it's very strong. It's got a back line with a Yin Yang Overturn plus the way how Kagura is kind of very elusive as well, right, with the movement. So that could be a surprise factor now for Thailand. But they pick up the Esmeralda and the Grok, so they want to go green with that Grok. We have seen the Grok mostly go the XP, but I think in this
Yeah.
rendition of the lineup, I think it's
a
gonna
roam.
be it's gonna be a roam most likely, right? But the question is, what will Philippines pick up? They'll pick up the high loss, so this is gonna be a Ruby goal in, isn't it? So Esmeralda XP, YSS jungle, Novaria
Okay.
mid, and then you go the Ruby and Grok.
Okay, yeah, I was confused there for a bit because Kanon and Unigo kind of switched up heroes. I was like, wait, are you gonna go for the Lapu Lapu roam? I really don't think so though. But yeah, very classic pickups here coming from the Philippines. Very clean, very your usual assassin kind of lineup. You got somebody to like I said, somebody to soak up the front line, which is the high loss. You got the burst damage from the back line. I was actually expecting something more of like a Farsa coming out from View, but looking at the lineup here of Thailand, you kind of need some way out. So the Kogura, which also has been buffed by the way in the previous patches, and then for Thailand they go for the Grok, which also has been reworked. I know it has gotten a lot of bans also in the ranked games recently, all because of the new rework. Some people are kind of intimidated with it. I'm looking at the lineups here, the IGNs here of Thailand. I believe like 2 or 3 players here are from the original lineup here of Thailand from IDNS. So let's see later on when the game starts. But yeah, it should be the same IDNS with a couple of new additions, new people coming in. It's Angelina there playing the mid lane, and then you got Flash SR. I'm not so sure if it's the same Flash that played in the role before for Thailand. So I could also be wrong, it could be a new player, but their XP laner or their gold laner should be the same if it's 32. We'll find that out later on. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game here of the Philippines versus Thailand here in the Iesf Asia Qualifiers. You got Thailand here on the blue side and of course the Philippines on the red side, already on a winning streak that got a clean sweep up against Myanmar earlier in the first series of the game. In the
Yep.
first series of this qualifiers.
Emblems though, again, FOB. Three heroes picking it up. Sustainability is the name of the game. Wilderness Blessing as well for the Grok to enable rotations quickly. Same goes for the Kagura as well. With the Wilderness Blessing, really enables them to move very, very quickly throughout the map, throughout the river as well. But as of now, yeah, killing spree for the YSS to really go quickly. But Saison duking it out with Flash. Flash has to flicker away, and so
Super
low, she's
low.
gonna get caught here by Saison, and again Saison with the first blood. That is a kill given to him in a gift box in a silver platter. So Saison now can really funnel that gold quickly and go even quicker to get higher levels. Angelina against the Kagura here. Navaria against Kagura. Not so much that we can comment on because so far it's been very, very neutral in terms of the lane. But Rakitano up top as the Moskov can play this super safe. But yeah, we've seen Ruby mostly picked as a counter towards the Moskov because how it can tank so much damage. But Nile is here. Try to dish out some damage towards Rakitano, but the turtle has been spawned, so now it's gonna be free Ryo for Philippines to get the turtle.
Yeah, they took so long there. I think they were trying to gank Rakutano there up top, but that just gives so much room here for the Philippines to take in the turtle. 3 members here of Thailand up top trying to get in Rakutano, but able to dash away. But instead, there goes Archangel with the combo. Nile bursted down, and here comes Amigo as well. Still does not have the ultimate. The 2 pickups there for the Philippines and a turtle to boot. But here comes 33! 33! Dashing in and out
Woo!
as Saison able to take in the buff. Nice attempt though there by 33. He's been playing this lane for the longest time that I know, so he's mastered this quite well. But up against the Philippines, you can never be too safe here. You can see Canon as well going over to the blue buff here of Thailand, giving a lot of vision here to the Philippines. But Nile just came right in, but can't be too complacent just yet. He's reaching the level 4. Saison 2 levels ahead though, so this is a super good solid start here coming out from the Philippines 3 minutes into the game.
Going relatively slow, and you can see the rotations being made. I mean, look at where the Kagura is. Oh, Flash really wants to challenge Saison, not giving him freedom of movement, but he has to pop the Phantom Execution because the barrier just pops there and trying to trap him down. But now again, Angelina with the Astral Echo really wants to open up the map, give information, but the problem is, what will they do after that information is revealed, right? Will they burst him down? Because I feel like burst damage from Thailand is kind of limited to only the YSS and maybe the Navaria, but the Navaria still also needs those items to go. So I think it's all about scouting and maybe just playing it front to back for Thailand. For Philippines, again, they've been very, very active to push forward. SOD landed, but doesn't really hit anyone. So Nigo will just be there to back up the Moskov. Nakanon down bottom up against 33. This is going to be a bloodbath. Unigo being caught. The barrier pushes him back. The Astral Meteor misses. And Unigo still lives to see another day, but the walk charge committed. And even the Glorious Pathway executed as well. But that's going to be a free turtle now for Philippines. Unless, ooh, Angelina was so close with the Meteor.
Yep, there goes the bravest fighter there onto 33. Flickers out of that one to safety as Philippines just taking in objectives, going in for the macro game. I see a lot of pressure on Recutano's lane though. Like you've seen several times Thailand has rotated towards that side. Like Nile, you see Flash going all the way there to make sure that nice try will not just end up to be a nice try here up against Recutano. Canon also doing a good job here up against 33. He's able to sustain though, but you know, with Flash coming in here as well, he can't just fully commit towards the bravest fighter. For the Philippines, I think what's really important when it comes to the mechanics here and the gameplay, they really make sure that the macro gaming is still secured, right? Like you don't just pick up kills, you pick up turrets as well. As you can see, Recutano rather, up on top, able to chunk down this tower real low. Is he able to take it down fully? Not just yet. That's nice right comes right in, but there's just so much more action here. Up on the middle, there's the burst coming out from Arcangel. Glorious Pathway as well from Udigo, but not gonna commit for more. Nile though, a 1v1 situation there with Canon, able to take him down bot.
And now Canon will indeed get taken down. So that is actually a very, very slow start for the Lapu Lapu. But Rekatano, all he can do now is just farm. At least for Philippines, they have that insurance in the side lane to play the sides, to push and pressure even more. But for Saison, I feel like will also be one of the side lane pressures that Philippines can really exert. Oh, random execution popped. Because the Falling Star Moon was indeed executed and expended by 33. Now then, Philippines, how will they contest this turtle? It's gonna explode anytime soon. The barrier is perfect, and
Wow.
Unigo stuck in a rock and a hard place. Arcangel
Oh,
in the
no.
back. Kanon will jump in as well, but Unigo still survives. Pops the glorious pathway. Gets a few nourishments from those fruits and has his HP up again. The seal pop. And where do they go now? Because look at down bottom, it's Rekitano forcing in his way on towards the bottom side turret. Kanon in the back. He's trying to wreak havoc, running rampantly. And nice try, gets level 8. But is that going to be a difference maker? As Kanon again in the back, Astral Echo being popped up. Wild charge. The next to Saison, but no follow-up whatsoever. Arcangel again just jumping in with the yin yang overturn. The flicker
no.
pop.
Gets a
That's gonna be
shutdown.
Arcangel down, but the turtle focus is still in the sides of Philippines. Nile steals it away. The Tortos from Saison will not save him, and Nile goes on a killing spree as Zunigo hunted down by 33, but no follow-up again. Rekatano at least down bottom gets a turret again. So 2 turrets for Philippines.
Yeah.
But they lose 2 members and the turtle as well.
Yep, I think for Thailand they shouldn't forget the macro game. The bigger picture here is to just take down the turrets. They've already done a good job, like kind of keeping at par with the turrets that Rekutano has taken down bot. But at the same time, like looking at how this is panning out, it's 33 on his classic XP lane. He's doing a very good job zoning everybody out. Like now Thailand forces Saison to use in that retribution to just take in that purple buff. But nice try as well, not forgetting in the lanes, taking down another turret here from the Philippines down bottom side. It's not that far of a lead. It's actually Thailand on the lead right now, considering they've taken in at least 3 turrets here. Canon again isolated down bottom. Does he have the flicker out? He does. He gets the ultimate here from Nile and gets bursted down there by Flash, instantly taken down there. I think at this point, there's just so much pressure, not just on Rekutano right now. Like even the attempts here of Flaptizi or Canon with the bravest fighter, it's difficult to try and get in somebody at his point because nice try, and even Flash here has. Built up their items 313 as well for Nile, so he's kind of keeping up with Saison here in terms of the levels, in terms of the kills. So it's not that bad of a stat just yet, and the map control at least Thailand is able to kind of keep up here with the Philippines.
Hmm. And so far, at least Thailand is able to keep things competitive. It's gonna be the I'm offended pulled back, but Arcangel is gonna be fine. Now the Lord spawns. Where is Saison? He's down bottom. Same goes for Rikitano. Look at how they're gonna activate the side lanes to add more pressure. And Thailand, they need to respond to this because if you take a look at how they want to play the side lanes to respond, I feel like they have only the YSS to just rotate quickly, right? With the passive that he has, with the ship and all that. But now the Lord will still be the main point of contention. Nice try. Try to open up the bush. That's gonna be Saison jumping it, jumping out. He's gonna pop the ultimate as well. And now goes the
Okay.
Astral Echo. Unigo
Did
pops
he go?
for his pathway and he's low and he gets eaten to pieces by 33, at least up top. There's gonna be Rekitano progressing even further to the second tier turret, but the Lord is now in the hands of Thailand. Oh, the SOD lands. Where is the opening? Rekitano gets the turret and he jumps back to the Lord. It's gonna be Saison with the retribution. Thailand in shambles. Arcangel goes further, but Nile so low, still able to get the kill. They don't want to go even further. The ISS is getting even scarier by the minute, but they still fight their way into the back of the lane. There goes Saison with the puncture wounds as well, going to look
no.
for an entry.
That's
The
5
Thorn
members.
Rose saves him. Saison has to run for the hills. The Thorn Rose second time, but no. He won't be able to run anywhere. That's gonna be Philippines with the Lord Steel and their turret up top, all courtesy of Rekitano.
I still think that's a W for. Okay, there's 2 wins there for both sides. Okay, I still think that was a win for Thailand when it comes to the overall picture. But I think for the Philippines, the Lord is the best that they can do for now to at least stop in this aggression that Thailand has been showing them. So this Lord will at least stop them in their tracks. Nile has already scaled up here 416. I think this should at least be. Yeah, this is 2 levels up against Saison. He's already at level 15. Saison still at 13. He was able to take in the first Lord here, but again, at least it's at least the second tier turrets down. The mid lane is still standing here for Thailand. 10-4 is our score, and it's a 2K goal difference here in favor of Thailand.
That goal difference dwindling down, but Thailand, they still have at least the grasp of the game.
Oh,
The wall charge onto two! And the I'm offended connects. That is beautiful, but Saison is there to shatter the dreams of Thailand. He's still dancing around, but Kanon pops the bravest fighter defensively. He gets to go back, but Nile guns him down. And that's going to be Philippines again with a set play to respond to Flash with the wild charge that is so far always on point. At 11-5 with the growing and surmounting gold lead, it means that Thailand still has their grasp on the game.
Okay, there is the Astral Echoes there from Angelina, at least giving space, peeling the Philippines there from time to time. I think the best bet here for Philippines again is Recretano making the lanes move onto the side. And as you can see, the damage dealt the most is 33. This is his hero ever since, like the Esmeralda. I think he was also known for the Lapu Lapu for quite some time, but this is a classic 33 pick. He's very comfortable in this lane. Nice attempt there from Flash. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to check this later on. I know I'm friends with them, so let me check if this is the same roster that's playing. So at least like 3 members here from the original IDNS are playing for Thailand, and they're again putting up a fight here up against the Philippines. Right, this is the same roster that won them the Iesf. And again, with 3 bruisers, it's the same case as what happened up against Myanmar. They have to find an opening here for the Philippines, but the problem is there's the ultimates here are always being baited out here by Thailand, right? The glorious pathway that is meant to kind of engage, it's sometimes used to disengage from the ultimates being tossed out here by Thailand. But here comes the second lord of the game, 13 minutes in. This is the Philippines gonna try their attempt. Canon, okay, Flash misses that wild charge, but there comes the glorious pathway. Canon able to take up the front lines. Nice try. Gonna be able to sustain for a bit, but gets bursted down there by Arcangel. Inigo able to sustain. 33 finally shut down there by Recutano. The opening
Whoa!
that they need right now for the side of the Philippines. That's gonna be 2 members down for the price of none. Is Thailand gonna commit towards this? Nile's still up though, but numbers advantage, Philippines.
It's the problem, right? Philippines, Africa Tano can be the secondary jungler to spear down that Lord. But successful Echo, oh, predicted! That wild charge connects, but the flicker is still expended. Now in the backline, the glorious pathway popped, and it's gonna be Nile gone as well. The jungler no more. The Rekitano gets the Lord as well this time around. It's all a loss for Thailand. Arcangel gets the turret as well, and that's gonna be Saison securing the Lord for Philippines. Arcangel has been such a menace to just play around the purple buff. There goes the SOD, it connects,
Oh!
and the Spear of Misery as well.
Nice try,
Angelina
nice try.
deleted a nice try. Like his name suggests, it's a nice try. Philippines, they take 4. They get the Lord, the purple buff, and also the turret. It's gonna be full on plunder as Thailand colonized fully by the Philippines.
Yep, Recretano again. You can check out the items later on. I feel like for the Philippines, right, there's this certain time in the game that Recretano just gets his items and the power spike is just there, and they're able to turn the tides around here. But now Canon able to soak up the damage here. They're gonna try to take in the inhibitor successfully here. Minion waves are coming right in. I love the minion wave management here coming out from the Philippines. Glorious pathway committed here by Unigo. The Lord is still up, by the way, here for the side of the Philippines. They're gonna try to end this. Full member still up for Thailand. They are not gonna overcommit towards their base, still respecting the front lines here of Thailand, still respecting the damage that they have also with the Yi Sun Shin, as well as the pokes coming out from the Novaria. But super minions. At least there should be another wave coming in, so they're gonna have to clear that one out first.
And slowly but surely, Philippines reaching the end of the tunnel. There is a light slowly blipping for them. For Thailand, it's how they want to escape this terrible ordeal. They had the lead against a squad as scary as the Philippines. But this time they have to hold their ground. Now that the orange buff being invaded, the purple buff as well available for the taking. Nigo is still there just tanking the damage. And look at the rotations coming in from the Philippines. They have been playing very, very solid, quickly together as a unit. The side lanes also pressing down on Thailand. The question is, how will they defend their base? Talking about high ground defense, they have the Navaria, right? With the meteors that's always going to come raining down on Philippines. Nile with the YSS has the Mountain Shocker to just stop the players of Philippines in their tracks. But by the minute, Philippines are going even stronger. Ricatano with 4 kills has the Sea Halberd. Let's take a look at the items here. Malefic Gun completed. Widow Nature as well for the Moskov without a boot. Or without boots, without any boots. This time, all 6 items completed for the Moskov. And for Thailand, it's them still lacking the power and the pressure to stomp all over Philippines. And now timer for the Lord, 10 seconds left, and we will see who'll get the Lord. Will it be Philippines or will it be Thailand? Again, Thailand pressure omnipresent
Yeah.
for Philippines.
Yeah.
This makes it easy, and this makes Philippine has the pry on the Lord.
Yep. And I just want to say that this lineup of Ricotano, if you have a Moskov, there's just a possibility for a split push. You got a Lancelot as well. So if you look at the lineup here of Thailand, it's built for the team fights. You got a Grok, you got an Esmeralda, right? Like, you want to have the team fights, you want to have the close with the Navaria. But the Philippines can just go for the Spear of Destruction there from the Moskov and just go in for the lane on top. Now Inigo commits in the Glorious Pathway, but nice take in there with the I Am Offended. The Wild Charge as well, gonna connect, but it's Onigo. Still has the Revitalize up. Still taking in a lot of the damage there. No one's gonna go in for the full commit. Requitano still knocking in. Still slashing in through that Lord. I'm not so sure if this is a bait. It's actually forcing out some of the members here of Thailand to back away since there's some minion base coming right in, right? But this should be the Philippines half HP. Thailand's not just gonna give it away without a fight. Nice!
Oh, what?
No! Requitano gets shut down there. This could be the opening for Thailand. And we goes in for the Glorious Pathway. Just to escape Canon, doing his very best to just buy some time, but that's gonna be nice try, and definitely a nice try there. A shutdown onto Requitano. Saison well getting picked off there. Now it's only Onigo left to defend, running all the way back to the base, getting intimidated there by 33, and now that gives Thailand the opportunity to just seize it. 30 seconds for some of the members here of the Philippines. Are they gonna go for the end here? I feel like it's possible. There's minion waves down bot. Can he actually take in this first game? Now still up. Onigo doing his very best here. The death timers are up. He's gonna get taken in there. Glorious Pathway all the way out just to buy a little bit of
buying time.
There is gonna be minion waves here. Recitano is up. Is it enough to manage
No way!
the base? But no way! What? Double kill for Recitano.
The minions!
The base is still up. A triple kill goes in.
The Savage?
And then a Savage to both 33.
No!
That's totally fine. The Requitano saving the day there for the Philippines. That was 1/4 HP onto the base, and now the tides have turned. They're gonna go straight towards the base. There's no inhibitors left. 2 down. Let's take a look at that replay there. The Glorious Pathway. You actually thought the Philippines would have saw the end of that game, but there's Requitano. It was Onigo buying the time. Look at that. 1/4 slither of HP, and it's over. Just like that, the Philippines takes in game number 1.
Oh, this is why he has Super in his name. Not Superman, but Super Marco, or even Super Requitano. Now that was superb. Coming in from the Moscow, from Requitano, from Super Marco, whoever you want to call it. He is a national hero at this point. Solo defending the base. The minion was gone, and then he was able to hold on for quite some time until his teammates got back up. The Maniac, he was able to achieve. The Savage was so close, but Onigo was there to snatch it away. But hey, it doesn't matter. Like you said, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, Philippines are able to escape that scare coming in from Thailand. Thailand, they thought that they would see the end of the game there. They thought that they would create that upset in game number one. We talked less about Thailand because we knew that they didn't have any competitions. They weren't really seen as existent in the pro scene in the circuit as well. But they were here and they came to play. They made the Philippines sweat. They made them breathe heavy. And you can take a look at this beautifully played team fight coming in from Thailand. They're able to layer their spells and as well as their resources pretty beautifully, and all the team fights are just boxed into different parts. And the Philippines, we talked about it, right? When it comes to the team fight, Thailand does have the upper hand because they have heavy AoE, they have heavy CC. You have the I'm Offended, you have the Falling Star Moon as well, and then you have the Wild Charge to play with, plus Angelina with the Scouting Tool coming in from the Astral Echo and the Meteor. So you have Poke, you have Vision, you have Team Fight. For the Philippines, it's all about splitting up, right? It's all about just creating a split push. You have the Moskov omnipresent with the SOD. You can play far lanes and then just pop the spear to the TP into the team fight. You have the Lancelot that can always move so swimmingly with the Puncture, with the Torrent Rose, with the Phantom Execution. You can always move around easily to just catch the waves in the side lanes. But when it comes to a team fight, Thailand has been able to layer that supremely well. And you could take a look at this team fight where we thought it would be the end of the Philippines, right? That one I'm Offended just corralled Philippines together, and then the burst damage came through. Even 33 was chasing down Arcangel down bottom. The Esmeralda doing heavy work as well to become the front line and then just become the main chase. But this was where it turned around. It was Rekitano alone, cutting off the minion, and then they had no minion, so Unigo followed through. And then a pushback from the Spear of Misery gave him an extra kill, giving him the Rampage. Rather, the Savage closely for the Savage because it was stolen by Unigo. Unlucky.
That totally, I feel like that totally did not matter at that point.
Yeah,
I could hear their voices actually screaming, like, just save the base. And I think for Neo, I was like, well, what was he planning by doing that Glorious Pathway all the way back? It was actually to give Requitano the opening there, to just buy him some time to kind of, like in the Philippines, we call it vuelo, or give him some time to get his positioning right at that point. And I actually thought, I think they were simply, for Thailand, that was such a good attempt, right? I actually thought they would have ended that base because there was minions. They got tanky frontline. They could have soaked up the damage, but Requitano, I think at this point, Super Marco, Super Requitano, just call him Super. I think at this point, he should just change his IGN to Super Requitano.
Yeah.
That was just simply outclassing the entire team of Thailand and taking in this first win for this particular series. But hey, Thailand, I was not expecting that coming out from them, right? Like, this was the Philippines. Again, we love to say, like, late game always works, and late game Requitano again was able to save the day, getting in that 19 minutes into this matchup. Actually, like, it would have extended to 20, and by this time, like, everybody already has their items, and this time it's a bit different. ATM and carry, of course, goes to none other than Super Equitano. And then the tank, of course, you've seen how 33 was such a menace to the team of the Philippines. He was zoning everybody out. He was actually unstoppable at the first few minutes of the game. So yeah, I feel like this was a hard-fought victory for the Philippines, but definitely kept us on the edge of our seats in the 90-minute mark.
Yeah, this was an insane game. The closest we've been to a nail-biting series. But hey, it seems like the Philippines, they still have a lot of loopholes that can be exploited. Right, in Thailand, they knew pretty well what they really wanted to do with this composition. Again, right, a team fighting composition. The YSS serves as the hyper carry, and then the Grok, which, by the way, in the hands of Flash is very, very scary, was able to land some unique and significant wild charges right here and there. It was turning the game around as well. And then a nice try followed up with an I'm Offended that was also on point. So I think it was thanks to Super Requitano, or Super Rec. He might just rename himself. So Marco no more. It's Reki now. Requitano, Super Requitano, holding the base. It was him and Ogwen and Unigo. The two of them just holding hands and just defending the base for dear life. and the Savage nearly came through, but yeah, it was unique.
Yeah.
We're just stealing that. I think that is what we call the support tax, right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta pay your taxes, and
Yeah. Of
that's the
course.
tax that
Of course.
Tano had to pay. But still, it doesn't matter. Like you said, they were able to hold the base. They turned the game around, and then they defended the base, leading to that end. Thailand, they put up a very, very good fight, and I can't wait to see what they have for game two, because so
Yeah,
far
for
the
sure.
draft has been very solid, and it has been very sensible the way they played.
Yeah.
They knew their game plans, they knew their winning conditions. Now though, game two, what do they have in their sleeves? Because the Philippines, I think they're able to kind of read out how Thailand want to play them.
Yeah. There's like an on switch here. Like you can call him what you want. You can call him Brecutano. You can call him Marco. But you can't deny it. There's just one thing about this guy. He's definitely super. He's super. I'm
Yeah.
gonna change my IGN right after this game. Right after this cast, by the way, I'm gonna change it to Super Kim. Later on, maybe I can have a bit of a chance later on. But Super Marco, undeniably, uh, is one of the best goal laners here in the Philippines, and I think he
Mhm.
just proved that in this matchup. And Thailand, you cannot discredit what they've shown here in match number one, but it's going to be match point though for the Philippines in the next game. So don't you guys go away. The IESF Asia qualifiers will be right back, still here with Realize and Kim.
Hi
Welcome
everyone, welcome
back.
back to the World Esports ISF Qualifiers, Asia Qualifiers 2025 for Mlbb. Still with me, Realize, and Kim. It's my amazing partner right there. We have foreseen the first match of the day, and the second match as well, the first game of the second match, in which was a very, very insane thriller. Thailand, the team that we expected to be the underdog, the team that we expected to be, beaten down to a pulp quickly by the Philippines, instead was able to put up an insanely good fight, but that was all shattered thanks to Super Rikitano.
Yeah. Super Recretano saving the day there for game number one. I guess that was probably I was expecting maybe like chill matches for the first two streams, but wow, I really thought that Thailand would have gotten that, maybe at least
Yeah.
force out the game number three. But here we are again, once again, the Philippines match point here for game number two. They still have a couple more. Let me actually whip that up. They have a couple more matches for the no, actually, this should
It's
be
their
the
last
last
match.
match for the the last match for the day. They do have a couple more days that you'll be seeing them here in the IESF Asia qualifiers. But I think what really surprises me is like how the gameplay of Thailand has changed over the years. I mean, I've started my casting journey by, that was the biggest casting gig that I had, casting for
Mhm.
Mekong games, and I've seen how they've grown from there, seen their failures, their losses, and then now coming here head to head with the world champions. These are the world champions, by the way, for M5. So it's just amazing to see that they can go at least like head to head with them, or give them a run for the money here at the IESF Asia qualifiers. But match point here, I'm actually excited to see like what will Thailand pull out next. Will it still be kind of like the same composition of team fights, like mostly centered towards the team fights? Where will they put their resources now? Is it towards Super Recutano, or are they gonna try to kind of squeeze in Flap TC or Canon in his lane? So I'm excited, but all throughout we've only seen a Lancelot from Saison in all of his games so far. He hasn't picked up any other hero, so I also want to see if there's anything else that he wants to put out. The Fanny was open, by the way, but he still chose to go for the classic Lancelot, which, by the way, is still um, one of the heroes that is also contested, not just here, but even in professional play.
Yeah, I think it's because Lancelot is a very, very strong pick right now. It has prio, quick clear, and can just snowball pretty well when you get a few kills earlier on in the minute. But yeah, I think it's much more interesting to see if Saison can pick up something else, because it has been so far 3 games that he has picked Lancelot, and all three 100% win rate. So maybe he might want to try to keep that at 100, unless Thailand can just pull off an upset in the second game of today, in the second match, and then maybe, just maybe, the Lancelot gets stained. But yeah, so far it has been the Lancelot, and in the hands of Saison, it has been very, very pivotal. It has been very significant in terms of the impact. He's able to give rotational plays here and there. The objectives contested pretty well. by the Lancelot. So yeah, there is no reason for the coach, I think, to take off the Lancelot
Yeah.
in the hands of Saison. But it would have been fun. It would be fun for the viewers to take a look at other heroes that he can play. But so far, yeah, I think it's gonna be a Lancelot again, won't it? Unless Philippines ban the YSS here. But I think
Yeah.
it's much more
I see
sensible for
that.
them to ban. Well, what did they ban here? The box.
I think it's still the same case here for Thailand. They haven't changed their bans. It's still centered towards Ganon, Unigo. The box just taken out. So Thailand again, either they want to steal away that lens a lot, so Philippines brings out something else. But it's still going to be the YSS that still is a prio pick even in the games up against Myanmar. I feel like it's because of the damage that it offers, especially when it comes to when the YSS does have the items. Saison, are you gonna go for the classic
He has
Lancelot
to.
here? There's also the one month's banned out. I'm thinking of something like they usually pick up Canon's hero and then go for Saison's hero. So will he go for again the Lapu Lapu? If you're talking about like deja vu from the previous game, they can go ahead and pick up the Lapu Lapu for Canon, or if he's comfortable with more of the sustain heroes, the Uranus is still open, the Glue is still open, and still gonna go for the same. Deja vu, still gonna be the same. It worked out well in the first game. They did win that game, but
Oh no!
Thailand gonna go for the same picks. So does this mean that this is going to be what did they pick up next? Was it an Archangel hero? He picked up the Kagura
Yeah,
here.
Kagura here. Yeah.
Yeah. Not unless he wants to go for, to go at par with the range of the Novaria, go for like a Farsa or something like that. Or the classic Selena. But I feel like with the Ruby being in play, it's hard to kind of have that up, right? Like, not unless like you want the Farsa again to go head to head with the range.
Farsa hasn't been very prio today. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't really know why, but you can see how Thailand did not even flinch, and they did not have any hesitation to just quickly pick up the Ruby and the Navaria. So it means that yeah, they knew that what they were doing was working. And now for Philippines, they pick up the Claude. That's pretty early for the Claude to be picked up, and that's going to be in the hands of Ricatano. I mean, sure, was able to carry very, very strong, but the Claude is indeed very, very early. The Phoveus still left unbanned, so maybe that
Yeah.
might be where they want to ban out the Phoveus, because the Phoveus will indeed be a very strong pick. Very good against most XP available, but the Esmeralda is deemed to be a problem for the Philippines, so they will take it out.
Yeah.
The Valentina as well for Thailand will be deleted from the Land of Dawn, so that is banned out. So the last two bans, what would it be? For the Philippines, I think the Phoveus does make sense.
Yeah.
For Thailand, I think it'll just be coning down the options for Archangel's hero pool. Maybe you take out the Farsa. Yeah, taking out
Yeah.
the Valentina, the Farsa then just leaves him without an optimal hero to play with against the Navaria.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Philippines as ban their respect onto 33, all of the heroes that he possibly bring out. But if you're going head to head with the Lapu Lapu, you either want to go sustain. The Uranus is still up. It feels like a lot of these teams when they go up against the Philippines, they go for like double sustain. Ruby, maybe a Uranus here for 33 to go head to head, and the respect also for few here, taking away his signature Selena and the Valentina. uh the Valentina is difficult to go up against, right? Like especially if there's a lot of good ultimates here to pick up, especially for Thailand. That's like 3 good ultimates for the Valentina to pick
Ooh.
up. The Philippines goes ahead and picks up the Gatot Kacha. I like this. There's 2 heroes that can set up the plays here for the Philippines. You got the Bravest Fighter from the Lapu Lapu, and then you got the Avatar of the Guardian to set things up. I was talking about the Uranus. I was like, yeah, that's the next best option if you want to go up against the Lapu Lapu, who pretty much isn't afraid to do anything in the early game. You got damage, you got sustain, but Thailand's still going for kind of like a very similar setup to what they had in the first game, just with the only difference of 33 picking up the Uranus.
Yeah, Farsa makes the most sense.
Yep.
As you really have that range advantage against the Navaria. If you go something else other than the Farsa, then you're gonna really struggle. But yeah, that Farsa will enable Philippines to have even greater presence in the team fight, because if you take a look at the lineup from Thailand, it is almost the same, even the same bar the Uranus. The Reyna's replacing the Esmeralda that has been banned by the Philippines. So let's see if Thailand are able to replicate that success in the first game. They were able to conceive, but the Philippines, with a different approach to the pickups that they made, they have the Claude, they have the Farsa. So again, much more team fight presence, right? You have the Blazing Duet, you have the Feather Airstrike that can just stop Novaria in their tracks. But the Claude really gets bullied against the Ruby, right? The lane, it really needs to kind of get the items, the Holy Trinity, to the late game, and then it explodes. Because again, it feels like Thailand has been very brave to just pick up the Ruby blindly, right? As a gold laner, usually you want to pick up the Ruby when you see
Yeah.
the gold laner that the enemy is bringing up, but maybe the Moskov, like you mentioned. But Thailand just convincingly picks up the Ruby, so I feel like they have something in their sleeves.
Yeah, I think I kind of understand why they pick up the Claude here right now. There's two options to take down the front line. It's either usually the answer is carry. Marco is also known for his carry, and then you got the Claude also. But I feel like when it comes to in and out of team fights, or if you kind of want to have options to get out of the team fight, the Claude has much better chance. Rekotano this time goes for the Purify, of course, because of um, the CC skills coming out from Thailand here. But as you can see, again, looking at the emblems here from both sides, not again nothing too out of the ordinary. You do have the the basic common emblem here for the Claude to just sustain up, to have a little bit more mana here up against Nice Try, who has kept Requitano at bay onto the his turret here. So he knows that when it comes to the early game, the Ruby can definitely, bully out this Claude for the meantime. As long as it does not have the items, you can definitely sustain the lane for the meantime.
Yep, slow approach again from Thailand. Emblem supplementing them and their approaches to each of the games, and the boot is completed. Meanwhile, down bottom, Mercatano pressured by Nice Try. Nice Try does have prio. Down bottom, especially now, 4 players of Thailand corralling together. It seems like Philippines are doing the same. Kind of want to pressure 33 from giving up this XP lane and just giving them the turtle. Now, a fight might ensue in which their focus shifts on the neutral objective.
Mm-hmm.
Philippines corralling together, just bonding, congregating, and now that's gonna be the Reaper's Fighter. Popped by Canon, but not
Mm-hmm.
gonna connect to anyone. That's Flash close by. No wild charge, and that's gonna be an easy take to Turtle. But still, gonna stop the players of 33
Oh,
anytime
Nigo
soon.
though.
But it's gonna be Unigo getting caught off. That's gonna be Nile with the first blood. A very good pick off and a very important kill given to the YSS.
Yep, Philippines though has secured in the first turtle. I like how they kind of shook things up here for the Philippines. They made sure that Canon was able to reach that level 4 before 33, or if not,
Ooh!
they would have had a better position in the turtle. Angelina though, almost there. She still does have the flicker out, so that's one option. But for now, Saison gonna pressure the heck out of Nile here. He can definitely do a 2v1 situation here. There's the post from Angelina. They can get punished here. There goes
Oh!
the flicker in. And the combos here coming out from the Grok of Flash SR, forcing Onigo to use the Avatar of the Guardian to disengage. But 2 kills picked up here from Thailand. Maybe another one here. Nile though. Oh, a 1v1 with Arcangel. Wings by Wings out of that one. But
Oh!
that's going to be 33. Flickering in. Was that a flicker in and goes in? Yeah, it was a flicker in to pick up the kill. Onigo here as well, picked up by Angelina, and now here comes the retaliation. Canon being poked there at the back. He's able to sustain for just a little bit, but that's 2 tanks you're going up against. They can turret dive, but not gonna go for it.
Yep. Don't roast, and that's gonna be the puncture. Canon gets 33. Who overstayed his welcome. Down bottom, Rekitano still pressuring. Nice try. This time, the Claude has the upper hand, but the BMI will be popped. So Thailand again, just capitalizing on a very strong early game, right? They're able to put Philippines head over heels, and all the skirmishes being won by them. At least for Philippines, they can really boast the fact that they have the turtle acquired, but the gold lead not different, or rather not much marginal. All right, it's only 1K for the players of Thailand, but now the turtle might change things a bit. Saison has his fingertips on the turtle. Unigo will try to zone out the players of Thailand. The Astral Echo pop. Information revealed. Vision is there. AOG to pop from the back. And it's going to be Unigo defensively running around the players of Thailand. The airstrike, quite premature, but it's just going to be used to zone out
Yeah.
Thailand. So Thailand, they're not going to contest anything. Philippines, go home with the turtle.
Yep, Recordano knows here very well that he can't overcommit, can get taken in there by the I am offended. So all he needs to do is just clear out the wave, get as much gold cards as he can, and now Unigo as well. Oh, gets caught in with the barrier, able to stay for a bit
Revitalize.
with the Revitalize and the Feathered Airstrike from the back, but unable to catch anyone though. That was yeah, a pick off there by Thailand with no answer from the side of the Philippines. They do pressure out this top side though. 33 still able to sustain. This is a Uranus after all. Recutano as well on the bottom side hasn't gotten taken down there by Thailand, but there, like what I said, pokes coming out from Recutano is there, but as you can see, Thailand has their eyes set on him after that game-changing play that he did in game number 1. 33 as well, forced to flicker out of that one. Feathered airstrike. There's Saison again going in for the Thorn Rose, but still unable to pick off 33.
So far, it's Thailand responding to all the moves made by the Philippines and responding in a very swift way. So far, the Philippines still yet to look for a very, very good team fight, for a big team fight. Flash, again, just shadowing from the back. The wild charge has been able to turn the tides of war. And oh, that's going to be the meteor landing. And the poking in from Angelina is very, very scary, right? It's going to be war of attrition at this point for the Philippines. Once you get weird down, it's going to be very hard for the Philippines to survive. And this time it seems like they want to take it very... approach is uncanny of Thailand. Look at how they really want to try to position Falcons, rather Philippines, to a very unfavorable position. And the mid wave cleared. Oh, that's going to be a very good pull. Saison still able to dodge the Thorn Rose. The Astral Echo and one
Oh,
meteor
almost
is not
there.
enough to take him down. Still tries to revitalize himself. Kitano close by. Kanon also popped in the back. It's going to be
Okay.
Arcangel. Very, very slow. Pops to Purify as well. Has to blazing away with the AOG.
Oh.
Nice try. Still survives for dear life, but it's gonna be Saison also assassinated. The turtle so low, and now it's gonna be the one to recover that turtle. And now it's gonna be Saison and Unigo gone and deleted. Still, 33 taken down. Has to die, but Kanon cannot take him down. And Thailand up 4 kills at the board.
They taken in the middle turret here as well, which is big, especially when it comes to rotations, right? Angelina also soloing that top lane, taking in that turret without any contest at all. And again, Philippines with their backs against the wall here. I think what's really difficult in the team fights is that there's so many isolated team fights just like this. Arcangel taken down there by Angelina, but here comes the Blazing Duet from Super Equitano. No one taken down just yet, but you can see the damage is already there. But Thailand, again, wasting no time, taking in as much turrets as they can. The Philippines hasn't taken down any just yet from the side of Thailand. So again, Macro Gaming Thailand has not forgotten about that just yet. But looking at the stats here, both Recutano and I think Saison has taken in as much as they can get. The turtles, 2 of them went to the side of the Philippines, only one to the side of Thailand. And Recutano, I believe, has farmed up pretty well, going up top right now. And for Thailand, I feel like at this point they can force out the team fight. For the side of the Philippines, though, it is either Kanon or Unigo that has to set up the team fights here for their side.
It's gonna be very important. Now, you're gonna get close by Saison.
Oh, Saison.
Again, pressured. Oh, the wild charge on towards Unigo though, so that's not gonna be so significant. But Arcangel opens up the airstrike, not gonna connect to anybody just yet. So Thailand, they're gonna disengage so far up top. Kitano at least able to exert the pressure, the side lane pressure. Out last game, it was with the Moskov. Now it has to be with the Claude. Not so global, at least, but still gets the job done. And Thailand, they're going toe to toe, band to band Alpha band with the Philippines. It's insane how they have so much confidence in just pulling
Uh-huh.
almost the same lineup from the
Yeah.
previous game, bar the XP laner maybe. And here comes Saison. The actual Echo popped
Mm-hmm.
as well. Nice try under pressure. Again, pops the Phantom Execution to safety. So only a bit of movement there from the Philippines to try to push away Thailand. But Thailand stand unfazed. And now the Lord will be the main menu for both teams next to the chopping block. Who will win this out? It seems like Thailand, they have full confidence on this lineup to pull
Yeah.
out the unthinkable.
Yeah, Angelina as well doing the same thing that Recordano's doing. Knowing for a fact that the wave clear is good, she can make that lane move, but the Lord is up, by the way, the first Lord of the game. For the second match, the match point here for the Philippines. I think this kind of explains why Saison also is the one that has the most damage here, considering that Unigo and Ganon also kind of fronts here for the side of the Philippines. He kind of zones everyone out, right? Like once you go in for the dashes, like the back line of Thailand kind of like moves away, right? Like you don't know if Saison's gonna go for the finish or he's just kind of trying to zone everybody out. There goes the halberd as well for the Ruby here of a nice try, of course, to kind of nullify all of the regen skills coming out from Unigo as well as Canon. But this is going to be an important Lord Arcangel though. Wings by wings, but that's not going to be buff. Taken down there by the wild charge here of Flash. And nice try. So that's going to be one member down. That's a key member from the side of the Philippines. They can try to go for more here. But there goes nice try. Flickers out of that
Saison!
one. And Saison picks up the kill. There's still going to be 3 members here. Gets blocked there by the barrier coming out from Flash. There's also the pokes coming out from Angelina. Avatar of the Guardian out there for Unigo. Respecting the damage coming out from Thailand. Giving Nile the opportunity there to set up things here with the Lord. Half HP already. Saison has got it in that steal earlier on 1/4. They're still gonna push this though. Nice zoning there from the side of the Philippines, but I feel like with the positioning here, it should be the Philippines, the feathered airstrike to zone everybody
The
out. The
Lord!
wild charge, so not enough. It is gonna be Saison taking the Lord and Canon picking up the kill as well. Flash is down, and now it is gonna be 33 soaking up the damage. His teammates are already out. Angelina goes in for the Astral Echo, but for the side of the Philippines, they've taken in the Lord enough to at least make the side lanes move, at least push forward here up against the team of Thailand.
Rakitano was slain in that skirmish, but if you take a look at every little skirmish that happens, it's always going to be Thailand with the advantage. I don't know what it is so good about them, but they're able to win out most trades. At least this time around, this is the biggest win that Philippines has seen so far. In this game, right? They're able to get the Lord, they get the turret down bottom, and that Lord is going to keep on marching. This time, they want to invade the purple buff. They don't want to give this free towards the jungle of Nile. Thailand still waiting in the wings. The Lord will march on towards the top side, and this is just going to be a distraction, a decoy for the players of Philippines to then advance on towards the top side. But they're still defending this with their
Yo.
dear life. So
Mhm.
Thailand are
Oh,
still
though,
able to hold
Angelina,
this
though.
down, but up top, it's gonna be held almost in cuffs. And that's Angelina just flying around freely. The Navaria is so mobile, so free, but Arcangel pops the airstrike. Still isn't able to dodge, or rather pull out anyone. So as of now, the Philippines, they will be content with getting the Lord, 2 turrets, 4 turrets, even up top, down bottom. And now they don't want to play. They don't want to play.
Yeah, I mean this middle turret as well. Thailand doing its best to sustain that, but as you can see, the basic attack coming out from Riquitano is already like dishing out a lot of damage. And speaking of that, that's 48,000, the most damage dealt so far coming out from Requitano. I'm not surprised when it reaches like at least more than 15 minutes of the game. That should be a whole lot more damage. That's the Malefic Roar also secured in by the team of the Philippines. I think it's going to be a matter of the setups, but looking at how things are playing out, look at where Unigo is. Look at where Arcangel is. Feather Airstrike to zone everybody out. I think for the side of the Philippines, they're trying to go for map control here, right? Like something that they didn't have. Canon, trying to go in for the bravest fighter there. The ultimates are not up just yet. Avatar of the Garden there by Unigo, and there's the blazing duet from the backside. Angelina gets taken down there by Saison, dashing in and out, and Canon picking up the killing spree and the turret here for the side of the Philippines. 33 taking in a brunt of the damage. Feather Dare Strike again by Archangel to zone everybody out, but 33 is just being 33 there. Fronting for the side of Thailand. 2K lead here by the Philippines.
The Lord spawns as well. This is in conjunction to how the Philippines has been able to push every little lead into the land of Dawn. Now they want to try to rush and blitz down this Lord. Kanon is able to zone out Nile, and this is uncontested. He can't enter the pit, and this is all given in a guarantee towards the Philippines. As they'll try to reposition, that's going to be, and I'm offended, but nice try. As his name suggests, nice try is all he can do. He gets delivered down to his graveyard. Now the Lord has spawned. Will this be the angle where the Philippines can threaten one siege to the base of Thailand? They have a tri-lane push building in the wings. So far, Thailand cannot disrupt that yet. So Saison will be tasked to clear the wave down bottom to accelerate the push. The minion wave coming in. This tri-lane push only gonna be left in the mid. The mid still has a turret standing tall. So this Lord will make its way up top. The siege might happen, but the Lord will be taken care of by the players of Thailand. So this is not gonna be a Lord where it will ravage the entire base. But the Philippines, they will need to back off and maybe look for another Lord. Or they can force their way into the base.
Yep, again, this is the same situation as what happened in game number 1, right? Like the sustain did work out. I feel like at this point it gets really annoying, right? Like when you have a Uranus and a Grok going up against you, trying to zone you out, especially if you're Recutano or you're Archangel. But I think at this point when it reaches like, more than, like what I said, more than the 15-minute mark, it's already 16 minutes here into the game. Recutano already has his items. A Blazing Duet is enough to almost wipe out the team here of Thailand. But what's making it extra difficult too, apart from the tanky heroes that are zoning the members away from the Philippines, you got the pokes coming out from Angelina as well. That has been on point at times. You can see it chunks everybody to at least like 1/4 of their HP gets taken down in the team fight. So for Saison, he knows his assignment. He just goes all the way. He just kind of ignores Splash here, ignores 33, goes straight for Angelina. And I think that's what makes it easier in the team fights, right? As long as your damage dealer is out, it's gonna be extra hard here for Thailand. It's a 4K lead here for the Philippines. They're looking to secure this next Lord of the game. The inhibitor is also down up top, so I feel like for the Philippines, again, team fight wise, items wise, they've already got it. Again, Saison leading this one with the most amount of gold earned, with the amount of jungle creeps he's able to take in all throughout the game here.
Yep. 1 and 2 led by the Philippines. Saison and Recutano, 13.5, 12.3. At least that's gonna be much of help for the Philippines to funnel their items and accelerate their end to this game, because Thailand so stubborn and just holding their base and not giving up, because this is the valiant effort we wanted to see coming in from Thailand, and so far they are the closest team to beat down the Philippines. But the Lord now respawning again. This is where the players of Thailand has to contest, because this isn't evolved Lord, a very, very strong one at that. So they need to be able to contain the pressure given by the Philippines. Thailand making their way onto the pit. It's going to be Saison closely, not detected by the Astral Echo. The Astral Echo flies past by the Philippines. And it's going to be Recutano just bonking down the Lord. They have this Claude steady, and just using this Lord as a bargaining tool to make Thailand enter the pit, force a fight, maybe react to a potential play coming in from Nice Try. He's waiting in the wing, shadowing the players of the Philippines.
He has the flicker,
One pull
though.
is what it takes. He has the flicker, yes, you said it. And now, Saison will still just back away. The Lord resets. This is a long chess game of Lord. They'll try to dance this to the death. But as of now, it's the Philippines with the upper hand in the Lord.
Yep, Saison forced to back away from that one. The I'm offended. Plus, I think what's really easier here for the Philippines is that the inhibitor is down. They've made the lane on top move as well. But now 33 is going to be the focus here of the side of the Philippines. Nice try. Gonna go in for the I am offended. And now Arcangel as well to the back lines, being zoned away there by Flash. 33 able to sustain everything. Still up. Onigo gonna get a brunt of the damage. Goes in for the Avatar of the Garden. There's the Blazing Duet, but nice try again with the I am offended. But there is the Immortalities being popped up. Nice try, takes down Rekitano. Onigo able to sustain Avatar of the Guardian. Not enough to save the day. There's the Feather strike, and no! Gonna get taken down there on the backside there by Arcangel.
Saison.
Now it's only Flash and Angelina left to defend the base. I feel like for the side of the Philippines, they can go for the end here. They can try to go for the end. They do have the wave clear here for Thailand, but Canon, Saison, Arcangel, these are names that have been written in the household of the Philippines. There's the minions up here, enough to shred the members here of Thailand to have
gonna end
HP.
this.
Flash going in for the HP. Arcangel, Saison, and Canon trying to go for the end. Half HP for the base. Saison gonna go in for the back lines. It's still not enough. Apparently,
Mortality.
1/4 HP. Canon doing his very best. Let's take down the base.
The
Go for it.
base!
No minions left. Saison and Arcangel forced to respect that as they back away. 33. Gonna go in for Saison, and it's a nice attempt coming out from the side of the Philippines, but it's still not enough. They should go for this next Lord. 20 minutes in. The defense, the holy defense there by Thailand. Again, the same case as what happened to the Philippines in the last game. 57k. This is still the Philippines with the gold lead here. They have the late game advantage as well with the Claude, but we just cannot discredit the lineup here of Thailand. They're just built to last here in this game. It's 21 minutes. I feel like this could be anyone's game. It can shift. It really depends on who makes the mistake. 33 though, he's all alone here. I'm not so sure what the rest of the members here of Thailand are planning. They're so far behind as the rest of the members of here of the Philippines are already in the Lord Pit. They're just taking in a brunt of the damage here. 1/4 HP already for the Lord. 33 doing his very best to zone. But Nile though, Canon going in for the flicker. Misses Nile though. And Avatar of the Guardian isn't enough to seal the deal as they go for the kill onto Nile. That's what they wanted. And now for the side of the Philippines, they can go for more here. Nice attempt there onto the wild charge. They aren't able to take anyone down. Philippines just gonna go in for the purple buff and maybe go straight for the Lord. Still, again, respecting the capabilities here of Thailand.
Yeah. Full respect on towards Thailand. Look at the poke coming in from Angelina. That is a problem for Philippines. As nice try, we'll try to contend on towards Canon. And Canon is just such a menace. Oh, look at where Arcangel is. He's looking for a flank angle. And in the back,
Yep.
it's going to be the Farsa being such very, very menacing presence. But now,
The
going
Lord
to
though.
jump in. That's going to be the Astral
Lord.
Echo. The Lord is so low. They're looking for the steal. Thankfully, though, Saison is the Lord Slayer. 3 Lords to his name. And now it's 33, just taken down by Rekitano. They open up the fray. The Astral Echo unavailable. It's gonna be one airstrike being popped as well to clear the wave and push back Thailand. The Lord spawns from the mid lane, and this is where they pick up that 3-lane push, a tri-lane push. As the Queen's
Yeah.
Wings being purchased by Canon, he's gonna have extra defensive stats, damage reduction as well. Now the Lord wants
Yep,
to
the
march
Winter
in
Crown.
as Philippines. They try to convene together. They congregate on towards this mid siege. This could be the last push, the final push
Yep.
that Philippines are looking to end the game. Thailand, all they have to do is hold all their hard work. Go on with the wall charge. It's beautiful. No follow-up though, so it all tastes like salt. It tastes bitter as Canon jumps to the back. It's going to be unstoppable on towards the players of Thailand, and the crystal gets broken to pieces. The Philippines, they get the 2-0. So far undefeated in the qualifiers of the Iesf Asia Qualifiers Mlbb 2025. The Philippines are your victors.
Yep, let's take a look at the highlights there. I think overall, this is pretty much a similar tempo to what Thailand has shown in game number 1. Like, this is virtually the same lineup that they had, with the only difference of the Uranus being picked up here by 33, but it still pretty much works the same way as an Esmeralda. You got the sustain, you got the way to zone the members here of the Philippines. So I would say it's pretty tough, right? Like we extended it all the way to 20 minutes, and the holy defense again coming out from the side of Thailand when we thought that the Philippines could have ended it all. And not to mention also, like the wild charges here of Flash were on point. It's just that the damage output is not just there. I mean, usually for this case, like you're working with a Ruby Gold lane, so the damage most of the time the burst would come out from Nile or maybe even the pokes from Angelina. There were a lot of nice attempts here from the side of Thailand. I really, it's such a refreshing take towards MLB because I was expecting um something different here, right? Like I was expecting, like, of course, a 2-0 for the Philippines, but for Thailand I wasn't expecting this much of a fight being put up against the Philippines, right? To extend the game all the way to 21 minutes is just already a feat up against the Philippines. So I'm honestly really proud of how far Thailand has gone. When it comes to MLBB, they've learned so much. But again, you're talking about going up against the powerhouses, going up against the Philippines. It was a really good try, but again, to extend the game to 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes actually in this game, was just already a big W. But after the last Lord, I feel like it was a nice defensive attempt again coming out from Thailand, but it was futile. There was the Lord, there were super minions coming in. Even the minions are super here, but it's that's just it. Like the Philippines just knows how to play the game. They know how to be disciplined. They know how to play the macro game, and kind of bounce back when it doesn't favor them. So again, a clean sweep from the Philippines. 23 minutes into this game, the longest one that we've had so far here. Realize.
Yeah, we're able to hold on the longest ever match so far in the Iesf Asia qualifiers, and yeah, it's very very impressive. That's an impressive feat that is achieved by the Thailand squad because they are holding uh, a titan, a colossal force of power that is in the Philippines, right? This team is a champion. This team is full of world champions. This team is just built by the core forged in the fires of Southeast Asia and Mlbb, and Thailand were able to hold them toe to toe on towards the 23rd minute. So a total game time of 45 minutes plus for both games, and yeah, it is very commendable what Thailand is able to do so far. And so take a look at the stats here. The ATM still Saison. I don't know how many times he's able to get that title glued to his name, but he has been the farmer, the rich guy so far, right? Kanon is your carry with 5 kills, and Saison again, the carry. The jungler becomes the tank with 98.8 damage, 98.8k damage taken, and Unigo with 10 assists. So yeah, I feel like earlier on, Thailand with the YSS, they were able to scale into a certain strong point, but the Philippines, they always find a way to win out all the trades, and it was Arkangel with the Farsa just flanking from behind. And then they were waiting patiently and intelligently for the Claude timer to pick up the power spike from the Claude. And when the Claude was, there, and when the Claude appeared, they were able to turn the tides around with the Blazing Duet. A very, very strong Claude late game is such a menace. So yeah, that's it for match number 2. All summarized in one word: insane. I feel like that was the closest we've been in most of the matches that has been played today. There was this comeback from Mercatano with the Maniac. It was just out of this world. So yeah, we still have 3 matches left to go, Kim. We still have Hong Kong, China against Mongolia after this, and then we have Kazakhstan against Uzbekistan, and then we have Jordan against Oman to close out the day. So it's a long, long day. So you guys better prepare your snacks and your drinks because yeah, this is gonna be a long one, right? We're gonna be here with you guys for I think around midnight is in your time zone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. I think both of us realize are in the same time zone. So if you're in Asia, at least where we are with realize, it should end at least by midnight. But for now, like I hope you guys are enjoying the games. I actually was not expecting this coming out from Thailand. Like I was
Yeah.
expecting, yeah. It was a really really good fight put up by Thailand, but then again, Philippines just showing them the reasons why they are the world champions, the world champions, or why they've taken in win the ISF championships as well in the previous year. So I guess that's just it. It's a matter of experience. It's a matter of playing the game for so long also. But I'm really proud of where Thailand has taken this game. Like 21 minutes. I think the first game also was more than 15 minutes. So that's already a feat itself
Mm-hmm.
for the Thai team. So just keep on going. There's definitely going to be a whole lot more matches. But for the Philippines, that should be their last match just for today. Okay. But
Yeah.
like what you said, you heard from Realize, it's gonna be Hong Kong versus Mongolia for the next matchup. So don't you guys miss that. But for now, we're gonna go on to a break here for the ISF Asia qualifiers. But don't you guys go away. We'll be right back with more MLBB action.